Let's move on to the cup game then, shall we? It's a break from the league with the FA Cup third round next. Another long trip north. Doncaster away. Martin there, second from bottom in League One. We know what's coming.
So it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity to go and try and get a result. Like Steve said, their form in recent weeks has not been great. They're struggling in the league. Is set up for us to go there and try something different if he wants to be brave and try a different system. Everybody's crying out to see something different. I like to see Wellington, like Glenn said, I like to see him get a game. I'm surprised he hasn't had as much game time over the festive fixtures as I thought he was going to, because I think as a left back, surely he'd be an upgrade on Manning. Surely. I like to see him given a bit of game time. And Cam Bragg, I've been impressed with. I thought he was good when he come on against Birmingham. I think he's a really tidy little player. Will Romeo get any minutes over this this game? I'm not sure if he will do. They're trying to get him up to speed. If he doesn't play at the weekend, you see, is he ever going to play any football for us?
If not
well,
now,
how's he getting up to speed if he's not in the matchday squad?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's got
to start the game. He absolutely has to start the game.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. But yeah, it's an opportunity just to try and get a win and go back to St Mary's a week later and try and build on it. But I think it's a good opportunity for us.
It is a good point there, Glenn, that Martin makes, because it'd be nice to have a little cup run, but I'm starting to think there's not a lot else to play for at the moment, and this might be the time to try something a little bit different. Because if it doesn't work, then we'll just put it down to, well, it wasn't the first team, and we didn't want to be in the cup anyway.
I think we all know what he should do. He should take it relatively seriously. Yes, he should get some minutes into the players that need it, the ones who are potentially going to come into the first team when they're fully fit. And he should put as strong a team out as possible. That's what he should do. But I have a feeling that his meticulous approach and spreadsheet of minutes is not going to allow that. So, I mean, there are some players that like he rested Kasper Yander for one game, but then when you look at it, it's because the games are so close together, it was only like 4 days or something. So and he played from the start today, and he looked dodgy, didn't he? He just looked lacking in energy all over the place. It was interesting. I think the fastest I saw him run was when he got substituted. It was like, I wasn't great. Get me off the pitch. So. No, I'm not having a go at Yander. He's a young lad making his way, and he's getting used to it. But I don't think, we know Tonda should try and change the formation, and within that, you've got players like Jay Robinson who could come in. Ross Stewart could have a go at least for the first half.
Yep.
Up front to try and get him fit. What are you going to learn by playing, Archer and Armstrong in that game? But I'm sure that he will manage players. We won't see players like Cienza won't play. I can't. I mean, I'd love to see him nail down a back four, but who's going to play? Probably Ronnie Edwards will play, possibly.
Not a bad thing, right?
Yeah. Well, in one respect, unless whoever's buying him don't want him cut tight or whatever. But yeah. So I don't think the reality is going to be particularly close to what anyone thinks should happen. I mean, obviously, we don't know exactly, the medical side of things, how tired everyone is, but you would hope that given a clear sort of 6 days before the game that, most people would be available, and you would hope he'd take it seriously. Not for nothing else, as much as the fans who are going to make the trip up there. And it'll probably be a lot of the same ones who went to that crap today.
Yeah.
So
I think we've sold out 3,000 up there.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So, it's just so sad, isn't it? Because they just deserve more. It's so pathetic.
We haven't gone up there. We're not all going up there just to wave at Billy Sharp, are we? He's gone back there, hasn't he? So
yeah,
it's going to be the hardest prediction to call that starting 11, though, Steve. But the truth is, we can't afford to slip up. Really, defeat there is that would be another nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I mean, you go to the side second bottom in League One, recently promoted out of League Two, and lose there. It doesn't matter whether you stick a first team out or you literally change all 11 players. Those 11 players should be comfortably good enough to beat the team that's second bottom of League One. That's just the way it is. That is the level gap between the Championship and League One. And yeah, if you suddenly come out of that game without a place in the fourth round draw, all of a sudden that Hull game takes on a different edge. Suddenly the atmosphere is a little bit more on edge. You run the risk of it turning into Hull are in good form at the moment, and you run the risk of it kind of turning into what happened in that Preston game. We all said at the end of that was not enjoyable, regardless of what was served up on the pitch. Just the atmosphere around the place was grim as hell. And yeah, I think we could do with avoiding that sort of thing, especially, as I say, with the derby a week later. There's got to be something positive come out of the next couple of weeks before we go into that.
About the momentum, isn't it?